locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. I'm locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, I'm all yours. Locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, your will, your will. Locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. Have a collision with purpose, 'cause you know that you're worth it, and your dream is worth capturing. If I'm not living on purpose, then none of it is worth it. My assignment is uplifting souls for the King, souls for the King, souls for the King.
Greetings, friends of the A Collision with Purpose movement. Welcome. Welcome to Bridging Generation, Voices of Men in a Changing World. I am Dr. Laxley Stephenson. This groundbreaking podcast delves into the multifaceted experiences of men across different generations in an era where societal norms and expectations rapidly evolve. This show offers young and older men and women a unique platform to voice their challenges, triumphs, and perspectives.
Each episode aims to foster understanding and bridge the gap between generations, exploring themes ranging from masculinity and mental health to career dynamics and personal relationships. By bringing together voices from varied age groups, the show sheds light on the commonalities and differences in the male experience, encouraging open dialogue and mutual learning. Whether it's a teenager grappling with pressures of social media or a senior reflecting on the changing definitions of manhood, Bridging Generations is committed to uncovering the real stories of men by navigating the complexities of a changing world. I am Garfield McCook, one of your hosts.
Hey, Dr. McCook, Dr. Donna, what is popping? This is not a Thursday.
Great to be here. Great to be here with you wonderful gentlemen.
Well, aren't we blessed to have you here? You know, it's always a good thing. Dr. McCook, what's going on with you, sir?
Well, enjoying another Thursday. Do we have a thing as a pre-Thanksgiving Thursday?
Well, why don't we just call this one that?
Yes, so here we are today, pre-Thanksgiving Thursday, just sharing again with the world and bringing people closer together and just helping the society that we serve.
All right. So what you got planned for Thanksgiving?
I'm actually flying out on Thursday morning, heading for Florida to get a little sunshine. Mm-hmm. And my sister is going to be hosting there. So my brother from North Carolina and his family, and my sister from Georgia and her family, we all going to meet there on Thursday and enjoy a great Thanksgiving dinner. And then on Saturday, we actually going to celebrate one of our aunt's 90th birthday right there in Fort Lauderdale. So a lot of fun-filled weekend, packed with a lot of good things.
90th birthday. Dr. Donna, what you got going on for Thanksgiving?
You know, it's going to be quiet at home, just, spending the time with my family, my immediate family. So just a quiet day and enjoy not having to work.
And you know something about work, don't you? You know a lot about work. Yeah, you know a lot about work. So here we are again, Bridging Generation, Voices of Men in a Changing World. And what a changing world we have. Now, let's talk a little bit about this event we have coming up in February 22nd to be exact. And I'm going to bring something on the screen and I want you to talk about it.
All right. So February 22nd, Saturday, February 22nd, 2025. We are inviting you to be at the Shiloh High School with us, where, as you can see, we're going to have a night of self-discovery, which is discovering yourself. If you don't know yourself, or rediscovering yourself, we should say. It's going to be a night that is filled with networking, connecting with individuals from different parts of the world. Really, we're going to have individuals that will be joining us from Africa, California, Jamaica, that we're honoring some of those individuals, and they'll also have the opportunity to share their path with us. But it's going to be an evening where we're honoring those individuals who they're just doing phenomenal work in their communities, serving humanity, and we want to honor them, right? And also, of course, we're all about the younger generation, empowering the younger generation, motivating them and inspiring them. So we're going to have scholarships for students as well. One of the criteria is that the students, they will have to be there, right? They will have to be in the house to receive their scholarship. And students are free. You get to come to the event for free. Tickets are currently on sale. They are $60, and it's actually the early bird special. So you want to go ahead and grab your tickets now, so that you have your seat there and the tickets don't go up on you, right? And within that, we're going to have the launch of Daily Insights Unveiled, Your Odyssey to Find Purpose. And this is a powerhouse book. So when you purchase your tickets, you also receive a copy of this book as well. And I kind of tell individuals that this is a book where it's not like any other book. It's something that you're going to want to have on your person all the time, whether it's in your car, your bedside. But it's something that, it's really it's really a book where you could just turn to any page in the book and you're going to find something that's going to speak to you at that particular time that you're reading, whatever the chapter, the passage where you turn in the book. So it's just a very powerhouse book. So I tell everyone, come out, look for an evening of just networking, come to the event. I tell everyone, just be empty, have no expectation, but know that you're going to be filled when you leave the event. You're going to be poured into. It's just going to be a very impactful evening. And with a lot of, everyone there, they're like-minded individuals. And that's what's great about the event is people that's there, they're like-minded, and people just encouraging each other and working together so that, you can be the better version of yourself.
Mm-hmm. And who wouldn't want to be the best version of self? So, Dr. McCook, you'll be speaking at the event. Can you just chime in, jump in, and offer your insights?
Yeah, again, just to echo what Dr. Donna said a while ago, it's something you don't want to miss. Early bird special is here. As Dr. Lax always says, it's for the kids. And we welcome all kids. If you know anyone out there who has children, it will be free. It will be a good experience for them to be a part of such a movement at such a tender age. It's like we're building the village from here. And it's good to have them involved from this time so that, they don't go astray. They have a focus from the get-go. I'm looking forward to sharing with you excerpts from the book and just to motivate you. And hopefully you will come, I wouldn't say empty, but when you leave, you will be overfilled with what you gained from, I would say, fellowship in with us on that momentous occasion.
As Donna like to put it, come as an empty page.
Yes.
Ready to write. right on that page. So I did post the link to order your tickets. I'm going to drop it on the screen as well. That is the link. It's in the chat. It's in the comments section. Just go on there, click on that link, and it will bring you right to the event page where you can order your ticket. You can also order a copy of the book when you go over there as well. You know, each ticket purchase comes with a copy of the book, a signed copy. That's a big deal right there. All right, so that's it for the event. What else is happening, Donna? What else is going on in a Collision with Purpose world that you want to share?
Well, you know, big things always is happening here at A Collision with Purpose. Of course, we're working feverishly with, you know, the CBO that is now currently registered in Kenya. And that is the Elizabeth Sitawa Cancer CBO. So that is currently registered. We are currently asking individuals to join us with, you know, becoming a member or just donating to the CBO, because we are on that path of trying to bring awareness of cancer within the Kenya region, and also providing services, those soft services that we can for individuals who they're actually struggling and suffering, you know, with the illness, you know, for the individuals and also their families, right? So that's a big thing that we are working on. So a lot of work behind it. We're still in the baby stages, but it's positive work, and you know, and we're on the right path. We're definitely on the right path.
On the right path indeed. Dr. McCook, I see you have back behind you on the backdrop, you have GIFs. You want to say a little bit about that?
Yes, well, GIFs is the acronym for the Jamaica International Independence Foreign Song Competition. President and founder, and pleased to have Dr. Laxley as the vice president and Dr. Donna as one of the board members. So it's all community. But it's an international song competition which is held during the Jamaican independence period of July to August. And we have created a platform for artists of Jamaican descent throughout the world to participate and showcase their talent during that time. So in an effort not to compete but to complement, we make sure, or one of the rules is that you have to be a Jamaican living in the diaspora to enter the competition. We kick off in February next year when we have the official opening, if you want to call it, and we have entries going from February through end of April. Then we have a process or a period where judges select the top 12, and then we get you as fans out there, or you know, participants and lovers of Jamaican music, a chance to be a part of it by voting and helping to propel your choice to the top 7. Top 7 goes on to the finals July. The next year is going to be, I think, July 25th, the last Saturday in July, and we should have a great finals again. This is our 5th year, and 5 is a very significant number. You know, things normally in increments of 5. So 5 years, we're coming up on 5 years. So we're looking forward to you guys join us out there. Spread the word. JIIFSC.com is the website.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Because indeed, that's a big piece. And the piece that I want to add to that is that proceeds from the event will go to students to support some type of scholarship in Jamaica. It's a big piece of what GIFs is all about. There's a major give back component there. And I think that's important for us to get out there. So let's support GIFs. Let's support GIFs nonstop. Certainly, you know, powerful initiative. Let's say welcome to Caricia. We have Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Caricia. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate your support. We ask that you share the broadcast. Let us take a quick break. We have a guest tonight, and Dr. McCook, you will introduce him in a minute, but let's take a quick break and play one of Donna's favorite video.
Caught in the web of what they said, lost in the expectations, living in hesitation. I walked in other shadows, deep inside inside, a fire burned, a whisper turned to a roar. I am liberated from walking in other shadows. I walk in my authentic self, breaking chains within. From the shadows to the light, a new life begins, shining so bright. Society tries to mold you into someone you couldn't be, fighting through the darkness to find the real me. No longer bound by others' rules, let your spirit soar. With every step you take, you are stronger than before. I am liberated from walking in other shadows. I walk in my authentic self, breaking chains within. From the shadows to the light, a new life begins, shining so bright. Breaking away from the shadows within, I rise up and shine from deep within. A beacon of light I'll always be, living in truth, walking in victory. I am free, yes I am free. From the shadows to the light, I am free, walking in my truth, forever free, living in victory, shining brightly. I am liberated from walking in other shadows. I walk in my authentic self, breaking chains within. Breaking chains within. From the shadows to the light, I walk in my authentic self.
Right, welcome back. Welcome back to Bridging Generations, Voices of Men in a Changing World. And man, do we have a changing world. So we have a guest tonight, and I'm going to ask Dr. McCook to bring on our guest. And we as we like to do. So, Doc, can you do us the honor?
Yes, and it's always good to have people of significance, people who have made strides in their life and are leaders. And we always look forward, and we welcome anyone who comes on as a guest, because they're taking time out of their busy schedule to come and share what they have with us. And tonight, our guest this evening is a versatile, goal-driven leader and educator with over 19 years of experience providing top-notch education to students. He has designed and implemented methods and strategies which has aided in higher performance levels of individuals and wider school population and other multifaceted organizations. He is a songwriter, very interesting. We got to talk about that later. Motivational speaker, minister of gospel, and author of the book Stewie the Eagle, which I know we are eagerly waiting to hear what Stewie is, which appeals to children. He has served in multiple areas in local and international churches. He believes in giving back to the society, hence he executes hospitality to the elderly people. He has impacted the life of many children and young people through mentorship, dramatization, speeches, prayers, and providing scholarships. He is also the proud father of a daughter, an ambassador of God who is committed to spiritual matters. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Dane Stewart out of New Jersey.
There he is.
Greetings, everyone.
Hello.
Greetings.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Greetings. How are you, sir?
I'm doing quite well tonight.
What an introduction. So, Dane, Dr. McCook did an amazing job introducing you. He said so much about you, but we always like to hear from the individual, our guest. Tell us about you. Tell us something about you from your early days, and just share a little bit of information about you.
I reign from the humble parish of Trelawney, a community called Duncan's in Jamaica, one of the most beautiful islands in the Caribbean. I am goal-driven. I am multi-talented. I am a proud father of my daughter. I have been teaching over 19 years in varying school systems. And I must say, I am passionate about what I do. I love the Lord with all my heart, and whatever I do it to the best of my ability.
Best of your ability. You know, I hear you talk about 19 years experience. Don't he look really young, Gary?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We gotta start checking and having something
Let's check IDs. Let's check some
Yes,
IDs.
yes.
See, we have someone else on backstage. Dane, did you invite anyone on? Let's see, we have someone else backstage.
I sent the link to my sister. Maybe she's the one.
Okay, all right.
Probably.
So, which one? Who's your sister? So we see a John, we see a Melanie, and there's someone else, Donna.
Melanie is my sister.
And a Nadine or Nadine. Depending on how-
Nadine.
They can stay backstage though. That's
Okay, they stay backstage watching. Okay, all right. We'll keep them backstage. All right. Hi, Nadine. Hi, Melanie. Hi, John. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. You get a front seat, right?
Mhm.
So let's talk about this 19 years of experience in education. What inspired you to pursue a career in education? And how has your journey evolved over those 19 years?
In my early years as a student, my 6th grade teacher had a great impact on me. She left an indelible mark. And from then on, I would write compositions of wanting to be a teacher so that I can make a difference, in making a difference in training young minds to become successful in the future. I am the type of person who will engage people so that they can become what they really desire or want to become, and work alongside them to make a difference in their generation, in their family, in their community. In other words, I pursue this because it gives me personal satisfaction, fulfillment. It's a joy
Mhm.
knowing that you can impact the lives of young people.
What grades do you teach?
Currently, I teach preschool and kindergarten, but I'm a trained elementary teacher. With the emphasis, I love 4th and 5th grade.
Okay. It takes some serious patience to teach the grades that you're teaching. That's a special calling there. The special calling. Gary,
When he talks about teacher, my mom was a teacher, Dane, and I always say when I became a parent, it was time for homework, and the kids came home, and I'm trying. I always have to put a stop and say to my wife, you know what, take over for me, because I just don't have the patience. I could not do it. So I respect teachers, and I would laugh at my mom and say, you don't stop working when you leave the classroom. You come home and you ask us to help you mark papers and all that stuff. So kudos to you. You did mention that you are from Duncan, Trelawney, and my family is also from Duncan, Trelawney, the McCooks. So we'll talk later and explore some more and see what other connections we have.
Okay.
But again, thank you for what you do. It takes a special person to be a teacher and to mentor these kids. So thanks again.
Thank you.
Also, let me ask you. In the introduction, I noticed there was something about ministry. As a minister of gospel, how do you balance your roles as an educator, songwriter, motivational speaker, and spiritual leader? That's a mouthful.
As I said, I'm good at what I do, and I do my best. My daily mantra when I wake up is, today I will give of my best. So and I do writings from time to time. a 5 minute. I'm an impromptu person. So as something comes to my mind, an idea, a thought, I just write it down. So it doesn't take much effort sometimes to really get what I want done, because I'm the type of person who prioritize and I make sure I'm organized. So all these things fall in place kind of easily with practice over time. I'm not a perfectionist, but at the same time, I work towards that because I want whatever I do to reach out there in an effective way. So in other words, I try to serve with excellence. Being an educator, a songwriter. So like now, I can stay right here and write up a song about this podcast. That's how I
Mm.
am. It's a natural thing. I'm talented in that way.
We're going to test you on that.
You could go ahead right now. I'll make up something right away. That's
And
just,
do you sing as well? You're going to sing
I
it too?
do. I
Let's
do.
hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
So I have original songs. They're available on. Oh, it slipped me right now. It's available on SoundCloud.
Okay.
But I do gospel.
Let's make
But
up one. Give us the one just for this show. Bridging Generation Voices of Men. Right now. And sing it.
Ebenezer, stone of my help. Ebenezer, stone of my help. All of my help cometh from you, Lord. You know, in whatever we do, we need God's help. We need his guidance. So that's just a little touch of something.
You mentioned that in your leadership, and earlier we're talking, you're a spiritual person. So in preparing when working with young people, does that also come natural? I mean, once you, just like how you just did that impromptu thing, is it also a natural thing for you just to progress and just do your thing like that?
It is natural, as well as over the years, I have developmental strategies. So I have developed myself in being effective in leading young people. I have served in my local churches. I have served in many categories: Sunday school teacher, youth president, youth secretary, so you name it. I have been in community clubs, youth clubs, police youth clubs, different clubs and societies. So I'm good at doing that. Young people, they even now, currently, like even yesterday, I walked into the gym. I also worked out. I didn't mention that, but I walked into the gym and there are people gravitating towards me who just express their concerns, their problems, asking me, what would I do in their situation and different stuff like that.
Okay. You're quite a resourceful person. Dr. Donna, let's turn the mic over to you.
Oh, I think I wanted to back up a little bit. You said that, you teach preschool and I guess kindergarten, but your preference is 4th and 5th. Why is that?
So in my first year of teaching, I taught 4th grade. And in college, every activity that I was given or assignment that I was asked to do, and to do it with a grade of my choice, I chose 4th grade. Because from 4th grade, I recognize the seriousness, even though at an earlier age, once you expose children to certain things, environment, literature, you name it, educational stuff, they will not really lose out on it. They will build on it, and it nurtures them. However, at fourth grade, there's a tendency to children at that age and stage wanting to deviate or wanting to gravitate. So it's a place where now you take the simple, because in the earlier stages or years of their learning, it's like simple, and at that stage, it's starting to become more complex. So I like that grade because I want to embark upon children having a great foundation from then that set them for life. Because, learning is ongoing, but at that age and that stage, I believe it will set them for middle school, high school, college, university, you name it. In the earlier years, you want to develop like fine motor skills, give them manipulatives and things like that. But in that age and stage at the fourth and fifth grade, there now you want to develop cognitive and things like different skills and abilities. So in other words, it's a building process, and that's where I like to start my foundation.
Right at the very beginning. So Dane, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about your book, but we also want you to lead us off with a song when we come back off break, okay? So prepare yourself, all right? Get ready for this. I'm going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, Dane is going to lead us off.
You want the gospel or you want something on the spot?
You do your thing. You do your thing.
Thank you. All right.
Your call.
I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I wake up in the morning and I praise the Lord. I thank Him for His protection, and I walk in His steps, declaring that today's provision is set up for me. I love God and I love my friends. I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid. I put on my armor and I write His word, blessing come out of my mouth. Cause I know to whom I belong, I am bold for Christ. Holy Spirit dwelling within me, carrying His presence wherever He sends me. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. Loving others as He told me to pray, for healing miracles to see, knowing my identity in Christ, He is in me. I am a bold kid, He loves me, standing firm on His word, proclaiming everything I heard, not afraid because He is with me. Be bold. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I put on my armor and I write His word, blessing come out of my mouth. Because I know to whom I belong, I am bold for Christ. Holy Spirit dwelling within me, carrying His presence wherever He sends me. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back to Bridging Generation, Voices of Men in a Changing World. And what a changing world we have. So we have as our guest tonight, Dane Stewart, Mr. Dane Stewart. And he's going to lead us off this segment with one of his powerful songs. You got it, sir?
Got it. I will love Thee, O Lord, my strength. I will love Thee, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock, He's my fortress, He's my deliverer, my God, my strength. In whom will I trust? He's my butler and the horn of my salvation and my tower. I will call upon the Lord who is worthy to be praised, to be praised. I will love thee, oh Lord, my strength. You know, that's who I have proved him to be in my
All
times
right.
of weakness, in my times of disappointments, in my time of lack. He is my strength. When all other things fail and people fail, he is my strength. And I can implore anyone, admonish anyone that he will be their strength in their times of weakness.
We thank you for that. Gary, you gonna sign them up?
Yes. I just DM you the application. As you know, interestingly, Dane, we when we started this competition, we said we were going to do have a gospel also separate and apart. But then we found that when the entries were coming in, we actually have gospel reggae. So it's sort of mixed in, and it saved us from having two separate competitions. So you can listen to the winner last year, Arlington and Doxology. They're actually a gospel group, and they were the winners. So
Yes.
well done. Thanks for the blessings.
You're most welcome.
Donna,
Pleasure's mine.
we'll turn it to you.
And we're looking for you July 2025.
I will probably be there. I'll put some plans in place.
There you go.
There you go.
Awesome.
All right, Donna, you got it.
Yes. So we see that you are author. Your book, Stewie the Eagle, which appeals to children.
Yes.
So tell us, what inspired you to write that book, and what is the message that you hope will actually resonate with readers?
So the big book, Stewie the Eagle,
Mhm.
my close friends, based on my surname, Stewart, my close friends, they call me Stewie. And I transitioned from Jamaica to the US. My transition wasn't too smooth, however. So I'm that eagle who is soaring. But I put it in a children's form because here, the first school I landed in when I started working, the books there grabbed my attention. Not that I've not read books before, but these were so unique, they were so different. And I began to read to the kids more and stuff like that. And I said, I've always been writing and like compositions and so on. I said, I could probably publish the book. And it took me not even 3 weeks to write this book. There are some others in the making, soon to be published. However, this one, since it's my first one, I dedicated it to my daughter because when she was born, or before she was born, I've been reading books. She's now 7 years old, in the second grade, and she's a great reader. She reads everything. In this book, it lends itself to children having fun. You can read for fun. It is also factual. It comes from different genre. So if you want to laugh, you could read the book. If you want knowledge, you read the book because there are factual things in it as well as there are non-factual. It's a beautiful book. It's 0 to age 12. I mean, it's also resourceful. Teachers could use it in any lesson to teach rhyming words, digraphs, anything.
Can you share something from the book? Something specific from your book. Share it with us.
Yes, I could read a page for you.
Yeah. Or a portion. That you don't have to do the whole page, but something that will get our attention, and that people know what it's all about.
So I just choose a random page, and it says, for years, people have seen Stewie as an icon of beauty, bravery, honor, pride, determination, and grace. This bird is important and symbolic to humanity because of its characteristics. So as I said, the eagle is referring to me soaring. So there are facts about the brave. And right on this page, there are so many words that could help to build students' vocabulary. There are a lot of vocabulary words.
Okay. And you're always teaching, even with your books. You're a teacher indeed. All 19 years from those days in Duncan's, and now you soar like that. You're still soaring like that eagle. So how do you use storytelling and dramatization to engage and mentor children? So that's something that you say you do.
I do. In my first year as a teacher, the school I started, a lot of the children at 4th grade were non-readers. And we wanted this to sell the school. So we would have the media team coming in so that we could go on the cable TV, local cable TV, so that people could hear about the school to spread the news for us to have more children registering. And I put a little boy in my reading corner. He was a non-reader with a big picture book. And the media team was able to capture him. And from there on, I used that motivation. The child became so motivated. At the end of the school year, he was able to read. He was a non-reader, and he was able to read. He would go to the different teachers after school to help get them to make charts and things to decorate the classroom. That's how motivated he was. And as he did that, he would, get the different construction paper for them to draw on. And when they do it, like just the shape, so maybe the shape of a beer, or when he brings it to me, I would write the information on it. Because of that, he learned very well how to read. And from that, I use storytelling, dramatizing in almost everything I do. Almost all of my lessons have storytelling, dramatizing, poetry, or dubbing or singing. So whatever, from my very introduction, if a parent comes and that child has to go home early, a child has to leave early, once I started that lesson, they already learned something. My objectives are right there at the beginning of the lesson. The introduction basically is what concludes the lesson, even though it is starting. So they already learned. Storytelling is a very useful tool when you read to children, especially if you are using the different tones to express yourself. The laughter, the gesture, all of these things in storytelling are very effective. It leaves an impact on the kids, and they know or learn what you want them to learn. They will grasp it easily.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for sharing that. Dr. McCook?
Yeah, and just to go back on the title, when I saw the title, I was wondering, what is this about? And, each of us that leaves that beautiful island, we come here we have a story, and it's. I like how you put it together, because I find that when things are coming from within, it has more impact than if it's just a fictional story. So kudos to that. So you're deeply committed in giving back to society, especially through supporting the elderly. What drives this passion? How do you hope it inspires others to serve in their communities?
From a tender age, I tend to lean towards either younger children or elderly people. The elderly, they were able to pass on knowledge, wisdom. You know, sometimes they refer to me as having an old head on a young body because of my experiences with them. I've learned to navigate my way in life, staying away from trouble and distraction and, you know, that kind of a thing. And because of their impact on my life, giving me a word of encouragement, a word of, you know, that caused me to, that resonates with me and I can pull back on or lean back on from time to time. Because of that, it lends me that motivation to actually want to serve them. I have seen in my community back in Jamaica where a lot of parents, when they become old, you know, each child or children have gone on their own to create their own family. So sometimes a lot of these elderly people live on their own. They don't see their relatives for a while and things like that. And because of their impact on me as a child, then I make it my point of duty. I couldn't serve everyone. However, from time to time, I would provide a little stipend, you know, on the side. People don't really know. I don't really publicize what I do, but they are grateful. They are filled with gratitude. And this gives me a fulfilling feeling to know that someone is being helped and they are being comfortable and things like that.
So you mentioned, I know you've impacted so many lives, young people, more than say the elderly, because the elderly are at the other end of the spectrum. But you mentioned that person, or that your first experience in that child, I think was 4th or 5th grade, who could not read. Now, during your 19 years, is there any? Have you followed up with anyone who you'd say you mentored from that tender age? And if you're teaching for 19 years, there must be at least 19 now. Have you followed anyone along that path that you can share with us what your impact was then and what the results are today?
So I can share many experiences. I still follow up with most of my students.
Mm-hmm.
I have a house plan being drawn, and that house plan was one of my past students who is now an architect. Wow. So I left an indelible mark in allowing them to pursue their goals, their dreams, their aspirations, and mentor them in order to make sure their career goals are set, they're achievable, attainable, and they don't stop until they get what they want. I'm still there supporting in every way possible, as long as the resources are there, the time is there. There are students who are currently on the verge of becoming doctors. There are some who are working within doctors' hospitals or offices. There's a wide spectrum that I still interact with, parents, and that's the beauty about education. It gives you that wide range of communicating with different stakeholders, you name it. So these children or students or young people can pursue goals, dreams, aspirations. So my life too is a model. I'm a role model to many. You know, in my community, I've had people who literally like walks up to me and say, "How come I've never seen you in any trouble?" You know, at the police station, people may get in trouble and have to be at the police station. And I hear about it. And once the police see me coming, they know that these people, once they release them, they won't like run away and go hide. They will go show up at the court. The police will release them once they see me coming. I have that kind of an impact, influence. I've gained respect, you know, and this I'm referring to young people.
Right.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Very impressive. You know, it's good when we don't just start the engine, but we make sure the car drives until the gas is done. So we have accomplished something. And kudos to you. And I like that architect story because yes, you're following up. You just didn't start there and just left them high and dry. So kudos to you again, young man.
Yeah, definitely. The architect story is a great story because you've gone back to hire that person that you entered and helped.
I tell you what too. So now that I reside in America and I intend to use that plan that I have, that framework, my architect is now telling me that there are newer styles and models and designs. So you might have to change it.
Right.
And that's okay. That's okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Dr. Donna, I'll pass it to you.
Yeah. So I have this question for you, but I may have to flip it a little bit, right? Because I see you're a dad and you're a proud dad, of course, right? And I want to ask you, as you know, as a dad, a parent, how has that role influenced your leadership and mentorship, or even vice versa? Because you have been a teacher and educator for so many years. How did being an educator for so many years influence you being a parent?
I became a parent before I was an educator. And I say this by saying that I'm only a biological parent in recent years. However, from a child, I have been what we call a godparent, where people in the community, they dedicate their child to the Lord and they ask me to be a godparent. So in the event that something goes wrong, or to help me train their child. So I've been doing that from a tender age, maybe age 9, 10. And I have probably over 32 of those
godchildren.
Godchildren.
That's a big responsibility, you know.
It is, and I can manage it. That's why I accept it. You know, I believe that once you're in it to win it. And once you're in it, you do it to the best of your ability. So sometimes they see the potential within me. So that's why, you know, they ask. However, I'm able to balance the two, being a parent and being a leader or a minister. Both are going well, very effective in all those areas. As I said, you plan ahead of time, you prioritize, you serve with excellence, and you should also evaluate, because there are times when we do things and yes, we accomplished and it's impactful, But is there something that you could have done differently? In my years of teaching, it's the same way. I plan a lesson, and when I go, something might happen. A child might react different. So I know that next time, I could put a little thing in it that caters to that child. So you have to do your needs assessment.
Mm-hmm.
You do your needs assessment, and from there, you can implement strategies, methods, ways of accomplishing different tasks, whether through ministerial or as an educator, as a parent. And this aspect of our lives should take in everything. So as a parent, you're referring to your home. Your home should be in a way where even if you're not there, it's as if your presence is there.
Right.
Dane, you present yourself as an ambassador for God. What does that mean to you, and how does it guide your daily actions, and the overall life in general?
I refer to an ambassador in God, myself as an ambassador in God.
For God, ambassador for God.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe he being the head of my life, I should represent him well. I should represent him just like how you have your ambassador who represents a country and serve. We should represent and serve our God well, with excellence, because he's an excellent God.
How does that affect your daily life and actions?
It is a routine for me. Pray in the morning, do a devotion, read a scripture, apply myself to the scripture. It's like a lifestyle.
Okay.
If you get up in the morning, food is essential to the body. If you won't eat, you will become malnourished, weak, faintish, maybe start having ailments. You can't fight off any diseases. Your immune system is weak. So you should eat. Nobody has to tell you. Unless you don't have what to eat, you should eat. Everybody knows this. You should have personal hygiene. You take your shower. These make up the total man. So as a result of knowing what is essential, what to do, what not to do, this is a daily lifestyle. Sometimes I said to myself, oh, I wish I had that person's life to live it for them. Because, some people, they are influenced through peer pressure and things like that. And as a result, they end up doing the wrong thing, being in the wrong situation. And as a result, their life seems meaningless. So for me, having a spiritual walk and talk with the Lord, it helps me to guide my steps or my way of living.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. We're going to take another break, and when we come up, we're going to talk about your vision for the future, where you see yourself going in your work. And also, we're going to invite you again, if you want to lead off with another song when you come back, we'll welcome that. I know Gary wants to hear more before he sign you up finally to the final signing. He would like to hear some more.
I'm being auditioned.
Yes, you presented yourself as that person, so we're taking you up for that. All right, so when we come back, if you want to lead off with a song, we'll appreciate it.
Sure, no problem. It's my pleasure.
A trail is written of hearts that strive. Through fire and flame, they find their way, becoming iron where courage holds sway. fiercest fight, becoming iron, shining in the night. The brave man faces the darkest night. The empowered man fights with all his might. The resilient man stands unwavering and strong. The inspired man knows where he belongs. Together they rise, conquering fears, becoming iron through trials and fears. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction, rising even higher. Displaying strength in the fiercest fight, becoming iron, shining in the night. Becoming iron, shining in the night. The brave man faces the darkest night. The empowered man fights with all his might. The resilient man stands unwavering and strong. The inspired man knows where he belongs. Becoming iron rose where he belongs. Becoming iron, shining in the night. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction, rising even higher. Displaying strength in the fiercest fight. Men becoming iron, shining in the night. The brave man faces the darkest night. The empowered man fights with all his might. The resilient man stands unwavering and strong, shining in the night. And the tales will fold and the battles new. Convictions light sees them through. From abysses deep to the morning light. They becoming iron in the endless fight. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction, rising even higher. Displaying strength in the fiercest fight. Men becoming iron, shining in the night. And the tales still old and the battles new. Convictions like seas and through. From abysses deep to the morning light. They become iron in the endless fight. They become iron in the endless fight. Tales of old and the battles new. Convictions like season through.
Right, welcome back. Welcome back to Bridging Generations, Voices of Men and a Woman. Dr. Donna. All right. Dane?
Yes, sir.
It's all yours. Song.
Sweet Jesus, what a wonder you are. You are brighter than the morning star. You are fairer, much fairer than the lily that grow by the way. You are precious, more precious than gold. Sweet Jesus, oh, what a wonder you are. You are brighter than the morning star. And you are fairer, much fairer than the lily that grow by the way. You are precious, more precious than gold.
More precious than gold. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow. Now, Dane, what a blessing. You've really done good for us tonight. You brought words, voice, singing, all kinds of stuff. So we really appreciate that. But let's talk a little bit about motivation and vision, right? What is it that motivates you to continue? Where, you wear so many hats. You're an educator, you're a leader, minister, author, and singer, songwriter as well. What is it that keeps you going?
The joy in knowing that in serving others, they are being changed, impacting the lives of others. It is satisfying.
So it's not about you.
Not about me, not at all.
And you always wear that smile on your face when you talk. You know, it speaks volume. People just know that you're happy, you enjoy what you're doing. That's what I'm seeing. Donna, is that what you're seeing? Gary, is that what you're seeing?
That's correct.
Absolutely.
Most of the time, even when I'm upset, I'm smiling.
He said most of the time.
That's confusing to many, but that's how I am.
And that's a great way to be. We appreciate that. And we appreciate you bringing that type of energy to our platform. But that's what this business of We're in a Collision with Purpose is all about. And we appreciate you bringing that. Donna, I'm turning to you.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh, like I could have you just sing again.
Ask him to sing again. He will. He probably will. Gospel hour.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like your voice is just it's very soothing. You have a very soothing voice. But yeah, like Doc said, you wear so many hats, so many hats. But what's next for you? What new projects do you have on the horizon for yourself?
On the horizon, I intend to start my doctorate in another year or so. And I want to do my doctorate in education. I see myself becoming a principal. Maybe if I was in Jamaica, with confidence, I can say if I was in Jamaica, I would be a school principal by now. So this is my intention to pursue that here in the US. I also want to publish a few more books. I'm doing a series with Stewie the Eagle. So the other versions would be like Stewie the Eagle going the extra mile, things like that. And then there's a book which will talk about my personal life. So these are things I want to accomplish in the near future. I want to go back in the studio. I have 3 recorded music on SoundCloud. I was an apprentice then, and the person I got to work with in the studio was an apprentice as well. So with developmental skills, not done any voice training, and I'm not too good with musical notes, but I do my thing from the heart. So that's what, I minister. Some people, they have the voice and the talent, so they just sing, they can do it like that. They can listen to, the music and they get it. They can sing along with the music. I have a little issue with that. I'm not ashamed to say it in, out loud. I'm working on that. You see, as I said, each morning I want to give of my best. So a lot of things I wouldn't say they weren't innate. A lot of things I do, they were innate, but some things I developed. So the music part of me is developing. I have the voice and I can make my own songs, but going in the studio and putting the actual note to it, that's an issue for me. But over time, gradually, I will master that. But there are other projects that I do have. I have a scholarship fund. I don't know if this is a question was going to come up later on, but I do have a scholarship fund wherein I know a lot of schools and universities and organizations, they focus on children's or young people's achievements academically. In my scholarship, I focus on young children who are talented in the sports area, in cultural area, like they can sing, dance, or a dub poet, things like that. I tend to gear my scholarship towards those kind of children. because sometimes they're being overlooked. A lot of people focus on the academics only, but I focus on those kids who I think are being overlooked or being left behind. I provide them with a trophy and money for like back to school.
And where is that scholarship offered? Is that here in the States
It
or
is offered to students in Jamaica at the school where I usually worked,
okay?
or where I was working.
And what's the name of that school again?
That school is the Hague Primary and Infant School in the parish of Trelawney.
I am familiar with that school.
You're familiar with that school?
HAGUE.
Okay.
Yeah. Good work there. Good work. And you do this as an individual, not as with a
Individual.
individual. It's awesome. You're making it happen, man. You're doing stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Before we go to Dr. McCook, I want you to do something for us. I want you to get close to the camera. And I want you exactly.
That's fine.
Yeah, you get close. But I want you to think of that one person, just one, who helped you to get to where you are today. That one person you'll credit for playing that role in your life. Or one, just one.
I'm not sure I could limit it to one.
Try your best.
I'm not sure I could limit it to one person. There are so many persons who have contributed
But I don't want one
significantly.
name. One name, the one person.
And you know what? The one person would be my mother,
There you go.
who is now deceased. She has deceased. However, she has done so much for me so that I am where I am today.
And your mother's name is?
Her name is Rosalind Scott.
Right. So she's looking down at you. Give her a big shout out for what she did for you, because she did an amazing job.
I can tell you, as a mother, in my early years of, and this is how it helped me to be passionate about what I do as well, especially with education. For my early years we call it basic school then. They're now with a fancier name, we call it infant now. But in basic school, I attended school 183 days out of 183 days. And in my years of primary school, it's the same thing. I was never absent. If there's a fundraiser going on, she don't want me to really participate in the music, and worse if it's not appealing to children. However, she would allow me to go because she don't want me to miss out on anything. So she has helped to shape my life to become a well-rounded individual. After my early years in primary school, or what we call in the US elementary, in high school, I was never absent. I remember one day, in high school, it's not like here in the public school here, they provide bus system, pick you up at your gate and pick you up at your address and bring you to school and bring you back. In Jamaica, we know we have to pay to take the taxi or the bus. We have to travel. So from Trelawney, I would go to Montego Bay, the Herbert Morrison Technical High School. And I was never absent. My mother one day said to me, "You can't go to school today." I said, "Why?" She didn't have the funds. Well, you know what? I'm always saving and putting down something. That's me. So I said, "I'm going to school." She said, "How are you going to go?" And I had the funds to go. So I was never absent. After that, I went and worked. Out of high school, I couldn't go further my education, so I was able to work. I was never absent from work. And on the job, I begin to tell them, oh, I feel my calling. I feel my purpose. I'm going to leave you guys one day. And I made my application to the Sam Sharp Teachers College in Montego Bay. And I was successful in attending. And at the college, I was never absent. When I finished college and I started my job at the Hague Primary and Infant School, you know, as I said, there is a taxi system and so on. A few times I might have been negligent, or, you know, I wasn't punctual sometimes because of you have to wait long to get a ride and stuff like that. But I was very impactful. I didn't allow that to stop me, but I was never absent. There were days when you could stay home. You are allowed 12 days per year, and I don't take those days. I worked for 8 years. Then I took a day off when I met my daughter's mother. They came to visit in Jamaica, and I took the time off that day to be with them. And that's how I am. Here in the US, I don't really absent from my job. And this is something I want to pass on to the next generation, to those who are currently involved in serving in your church, at your workplace. Serve to the best of your ability. Don't go just because of the money. Yeah, we want it. We know that. But beyond the money, if there's no money, you're going to stop? No. We should do our best because somebody is relying on us. Someone is depending on us. Somebody can progress and make greater way in life. You know, in other words, I like to propel people in their destiny, help people to, you know, be promoted in becoming a better version of themselves.
Oh, awesome. Dr. McCook, I'm pass it to you.
Yes, very interesting. I think we could go on for another hour and a half with Dane. I know we're about to close down, but you mentioned earlier about God-parent, and you know
I didn't. Yes, I choose the.
Yeah,
I thought I didn't choose the one person, but I did say my mother.
Oh no, no. I'm saying earlier you mentioned about being a God-parent before you became a parent, and in all my years I never broke it down like you said, being not a biological parent but a God parent. So thanks for me in my still young age, still learning from you about that. You did mention about the scholarship and GIFs, which I mentioned earlier. One of our goal is to promote music in Jamaica. What we currently do is there's a TVJ All Together Sing competition, and where the school choirs compete. And what we do, Dane, is whoever is the winner, we fly to Jamaica and present them with a gift. We have done it with our Old Harbor High, and we have done it with Manchester High. And we look at it as our way of building up youngsters there in Jamaica musically. You were saying earlier academic, so we're doing something similar to what you're doing in terms of building them up from that age. And maybe one of them can become a gospel singer. They can enter the JCDC competition, or if they come here, they can enter the GIFs competition. So we're on the same path. So I guess like minds, we're welcome to our program. Now, as we close, I want to say, what advice would you give to someone who wants to make a significant impact in their community but doesn't know where to start? That's the first part. And the second part is there one legacy you'd like to leave behind? What would it be?
In wanting to serve in your community, you could reach out to different clubs and societies. I could make mention of the name of a few. especially in Jamaica. I used to serve as a president, vice president for the Rotary Club of Falmouth. There they give wheelchairs to those who need it, paint pedestrian crossings, go into schools, read books, contribute in different ways. We do environmental cleanups, like go to the beaches and stuff like that. You could serve in small ways. And from there, you know, find your true self and value, your worth, and serve your community in some kind of way. One legacy I want to leave is I would like to create a website, and from that website have teaching resources, materials, messages, preaching messages for those who are evolving or wanting to be a minister, so that they can draw on these resources and use them. I want to provide tools for people to use to make their ministry, whatever they're doing, more impactful.
It's a legacy right there. It's a legacy right there. Then before we, as Dr. McCook said, we're about to draw down on the show, but is there anything else you'd like to say that we didn't ask you, or that you want to add before we go in form of a closing argument?
I also want to admonish and implore young men the Bible says we should pray at always, and not to faint. I want to encourage someone in whatever circumstances you find yourself, pray. There's always a solution. God will not give us more than we can bear. And whatever he promises, whatever he says he will do it. He's not a God that he should lie. I can testify that he is reliable, dependable, he's capable to do every and anything. I have proven him. I want to encourage everyone on this platform. Keep on doing what you're doing. You don't know who or realize the number of persons whose life you may touched in some way, through a talk, through a word of encouragement. People can draw from this in making their lives become better. I rest. Thank you.
That's a great place to rest. Thank you so much for encouraging us. We definitely need that. That's what we do, and that's what we aim to do. I just want to read off some comments here. I'm super proud of you, my brother. You got a big check mark multiple times. Pray God is reliable, dependable. We got the big hallelujah. We got powerful words. Do your best. Someone is relying on you. Truth. And never absent. That's a big thing. Never absent. That's huge. That's commitment and dedication. Great discussion. Amen. They call you most honorable. Dane Stewart, the most honorable. So good stuff there. Great comments. And we appreciate our guests and anyone out there who is watching the show, because you're our guest. We appreciate you and for your comments and for sharing this broadcast. Really appreciate you, because without you doing that, it would mean nothing. And we're not doing this for ourselves. We're doing it to impact lives. So just as you said, Dane, we don't know whose lives we're touching, but with folks out there sharing it, that's what it's all about. So we truly appreciate that. Dr. Donna, your closing thoughts?
I just want to say, thank you so much for joining the show this evening, Dane. I know that your words, it's very, I'm quite sure it has definitely touched someone out there, because I know that you had my total 150%, if there's such a number, attention to what you were sharing with us. And I commend you for the work that you're doing. And in everything that you're doing, you're serving and you're giving credit to serving the Lord, with all the things that you're doing. And I commend you for that, and just continue on the same path, and know that your legacy that you're wanting to leave, you already put it out there in the atmosphere. So know that it is done. Right.
Thank you.
So just keep on the same path, and just thank you for joining us, and thank you for all the powerful words that you've shared with us this evening.
Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you. Appreciate it.
Dr. McCook, closing thoughts?
Yes, well, the time we've had guests on, and the time seems long. Tonight it's an hour and a half, and for some reason it seems short. And I think it's because of the energy you brought, the things you shared with us were real life situations or occasions, and the impact that it has had and is having on our young men. As you know, this podcast here, Bridging Generations, Voices of Men in a Changing World. You're one of those voices. Here we have guests, and our guests are not like other shows or other podcasts that they come on and then they disappear. I'm not sure if you knew tonight that you were signed up to be family. We're going to be in touch with you. We're going to follow your journey, because you have a journey also, and we would love to participate and partake in whatever your journey is. And again, continue with that voice. And your voice can be a voice that changes the world also for men. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. McCook. So I just want to read one more thing here, because Melanie, your sister, said, my mother did a great job. Wish she was here to see her accomplishments. We all wish she was here. She this one happen, wherever she is, I know she is smiling. But you got that smile from somewhere, didn't you? That's so all kinds of great comments again, and say thanks for interviewing my brother from his sister. And someone said, my brother said, keep smiling. And, so congratulations. So we just want to say to you that, and Dr. McCook and Dr. Donna said it, just keep doing what you're doing. Even during the most challenging days. I know you're a man about your commitment and your dedication, but I know often we get bug our feet here and there. But just keep doing what you're doing. Hold your head up, and just know, just like you advise us, someone is listening. Mm-hmm. And you're touching lives, you're changing lives, even when you're not seeing the results or the evidence. It's happening. So continue doing your work. I know you did it tonight. I know you touched a few lives tonight, and you will touch more as this message is replayed and replayed. We have folks watching all the way from Kenya. So you're over there, you're in Kenya. And they will be watching you tomorrow as well. We have folks watching from Jamaica. We have folks watching from all over the United States. So your night was a global audience you had, and you did an awesome job in articulating your positions. So I want to congratulate you on that, and just continue to do what you do. Now,
thank you.
You're welcome. We're wrapping up, but I believe it's fitting. Normally we go to a video, but I'm gonna put you to task one more time to sing us out. To sing us out.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. It's all yours.
In your hands, Lord, I place today, tomorrow. In your hands, Lord, Lord, I surrender all. I give you my future in your hands, in your hands. My dreams, aspirations, all my plans. Jesus, Lord, my fears, my hopes in your hands. In your hands, Lord, I place today, tomorrow. In your hands, Lord, I surrender all.
We have 1 minute, you know.
You know, Dr. Lax is interesting. You know, he's improving. This is his third time to audition, and each time it gets better.
You sign him up. You sign him up.
Yeah.
He's gonna be at Dips.
Thank you so much, Dane. Thank you so much. Donna, can you take us home?
Sure. I would like to tell everyone who has joined us, thank you for your time with us this Thursday evening. Thank you so much, our special guest, Dane Stewart, for spending your Thursday evening with us as well and sharing so much with us. And most importantly, sharing your lovely voice with us and our audience that's been watching us, right? And definitely look for us again on Monday evening, same time at 7:30 for a spotlight. And for all our audience, please go out there and have a wonderful remainder of the week. Be safe, and don't forget to always do at least one act of kindness to someone that you do not know.
And we asked Dane to stay backstage, right? While we go out. Okay. Thank you so much, Donna. One act of kindness, not to your friends and your family members, to someone you don't know. Is that good, Dane?
Sure.
All right.
Definitely.
All right. So we'll sign off on that.
I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I wake up in the morning and I praise the Lord. I thank Him for His protection, and I walk in His steps, declaring that today's provision is set up for me. I love God and I love my friends. I'm a boy kid.